What is up guys, Jay here. I'm going to try and answer the most asked question in the Dota 2 Reddit. How do you raise MMR and what is it? So MMR is your matchmaking rating in Dota 2. There's two different types of MMR. There's solo queue and party queue. The way you gain MMR, or actually get the initial MMR, is getting your Steam account to profile level 20. After doing this, you'll be given 10 placement games to play, and during these games you'll be tested on your performance against different skilled players, and Dota 2 will estimate in what bracket you are playing and how good you play. The highest estimated MMR achievable for these calibration games is around the 4,500 region. As of this recording in January 2017, the highest MMR players are shown on screen for each region, estimating around the MMR of 8,000 to 9,000 for the top 5 players. So once you've achieved your MMR from your calibration games, where do you go now and how do you raise it? Well, here's some tips that I can give you as a current 4.9k player. Number 1, if you have a preferred role, then just keep trying to play it every game. For example, my preferred role would be the mid lane, as I've been inspired by Dendi after watching pro scene Dota 2 for about nearly 3 to 4 years now. So yeah, if you're like me, then play the mid role as much as possible in your ranked matchmaking. But if you play carry, then play carry. Support, if you play support. It's as simple as that, because it will be the role you will know the most and you'll have the most experience in. Number 2, have at least some knowledge of what all the heroes in the game can do and can't do and what their counters are. The more you'll know, the better you'll be, so look at heroes in-game on the Heroes tab. Play the heroes, check out videos on said heroes, and you will know what counter them or what's really good with them. Number 3, be willing to adapt to the situation and maybe play support even if you're a core player.
Nobody likes to play support, yet everybody likes to win.
Playing support in some lineups can help a hell of a lot and actually help your team win. A lot of the time you may have a jungler in your game, which is a common occurrence in ranked Dota. So you'll have an offlaner, a mid, a carry and a jungler, and what's left, there's support. So if you haven't picked yet, try and actually pick a support you understand and something that can benefit your team or counter the enemy. Picking heroes such as like Disruptor against Morphling, as you can just instantly use Static Storm on Morphling so he can't escape or actually use his Morph ability. And if he does manage to get out, you can always glimpse and then kinetic field him into the Static Storm once again. One of the benefits of being support in game is you'll actually have wards on the map, so you'll have an understanding where the enemy is. And being in the support role, you can actually direct your team on where to go, where to push and what to kill. So as long as you're playing support and you're actually a decent communicator, you can actually win your team the actual game by yourself, just by telling people what to do and when. Number 4, try and watch as much Dota 2 as possible. Whether it's pro games, replays of pros, replays of friends, replays of your own, just try and watch as much Dota as possible, because the more you watch, the more you'll understand of the game. It might help you with itemization, how to skill a certain hero, how to last hit with heroes, how to push, how to smoke, how to ward. There are a lot of different things in Dota 2 that you can learn just by watching others play it. Number 5, this also ties in with tip number 4. Maybe try using an in-game guide for certain heroes if you don't have a good understanding of what they do or how to itemize them. You can find these in-game by clicking the book icon on the top right of the shop. These are made by the community members and you can also make them yourselves. This will help you understand how to skill a certain hero, items to build for heroes in different scenarios, and how to skill the specific hero you're playing. For an example, playing Lion against Wraith King, it is much better to max your mana drain after your stun instead of Hex, because the more mana you can drain from Wraith King, the most likely chance he won't respawn using his ultimate. So obviously you're killing him once and getting away with it instead of having to kill him twice, which is a pain in the ass. Number 6, and this is a surefire way of gaining MMR in Dota 2, especially when a new patch has come out, such as 7.01, which is what we're currently in January 2017. Playing OP heroes such as Ember Spirit is an easy way to gain MMR, because the hero is currently really strong, and with his itemization he can go from early game to late game really easily. Depending on the patch, depends on what OP heroes there is, and you can get a good understanding of this of playing pub games or by watching pro players maybe on their streams on Twitch or other streaming sites. So the more you understand of the hero, obviously the better you'll be, and you can learn that from the tips that I've already given you. As long as you have a decent understanding of the hero, the easier it'll be to pick in games and you'll know what counters it. So sometimes you might not actually be able to pick the hero because it might be super hard for you to be able to play it, because you might get countered by, say, 3 to 5 enemy heroes. And last of all, number 7, and this is the most important tip I can give anyone for enjoying Dota 2 and raising your MMR. Try and have a positive mental attitude. I know it gets thrown around a lot on the Dota subreddit, but it's actually true. The less stressed and angry or tired you are, the better you'll play, be able to react a hell of a lot better to things happening in the game. And obviously the more positive you are, the more your teammates will actually enjoy playing the game with you and be more willing to coordinate and listen to you. The happier people are in game, the easier it'll be to actually win the game. And then obviously winning the game gains you MMR. So try to be nice to everyone and actually enjoy the game. Because after all, Dota 2 is just a video game and it's there to actually be enjoyed, not to be stressed at. So there's my tips for gaining MMR in Dota 2. I hope they're helpful and good luck.